Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Pray you're all having an awesome and blessed day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are checking in from. It's so awesome to be here today, and I can't believe that it's already May 24th. It's like, where is the year going? It's just going by so fast. So, thank you for being here. This video is going to probably be about 17 minutes. And if you don't have time to sit and listen to it all, can I please recommend you leave it in the background as your white noise because you may hear something that might be important for you to hear. For example, did you know that today is National Brothers Day? So, for those of you who want to reach out for your brothers, today would be a good day. I was looking up international days, and there is a website that lets you know the celebrations of every day. This lists over 3,000 things that you can celebrate in a year. That's just a little side tip. Okay, let's get started. I'm Darlene Petrie from Scam Prevention International, and I'm the CEO and founder. And we are an organization that brings education, awareness to decrease your risk of being scammed. And we also have tools and resources that will support you, your family, or your business from being hacked. We typically work with women 50 plus years of age and older and women in small businesses. So last week we talked about working from home scams. That when you are looking for a new job, it's important to make sure that the job is legitimate and that your resources are legitimate as well. So to be aware of scam job postings we talked about and fake work from home offers and fake recruitment emails, and we discussed how to do this. Now, there are many legitimate job opportunities out there in the workforce and many entrepreneurial opportunities as well. So, what happens when you land your dream career and you're working from home or you're using public Wi Fi? How do you remain safe online? Well, today, I'd like to bring you awareness to decrease your risk of being hacked or scammed while you're working from home or using public Wi Fi. I don't want you to feel stressed while you're working online. I want you to be aware and know the precautions to take. There are hackers and scammers out there, and they want your money, your hard earned dollars. They want your personal information or anything else that they can steal from you. So I must give my little caveat before I start, and that's I don't want this to be a scare tactic or make you nervous about working online from home or in a public space. I want you to be informed and I want you to have fun and feel safe on the internet. The content of this presentation is to bring you education and awareness and to have it become your second nature to follow your gut, know the warning signs of the scam, and know what tools you need to decrease your risk of being hacked and know when to be extra cautious. So, if you have any comments during the presentations, or if you have stories or questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments section, and I will watch out for them as we go along. And I'd like to give a shout out to Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure. You always provide us with such good information in the comments. So I have to say, I really do appreciate that. So, firstly, I need to talk to you about protecting your devices. So, your devices include desktops, laptops, smartphones, smart speakers, and tablets. Protecting your devices means having adequate antivirus, anti malware software, and using a VPN, a virtual private network, when you're not using a secure network site. So that's when you're out using, you're having your coffee out in the community and you're using a free website. So or using free Wi-Fi. So please make sure that you do have a VPN if you are searching information or if you're having private documents and you're looking at them in a public site. Make sure that you do have a VPN. Now, and also, it's very important to update your software on all of your devices. So I know I often hear people say, "Oh, I don't want to update because it slows down my phone or my computer." I remember saying those things. I remember saying, "I don't want to download that because it's going to make my phone slower." It's necessary to do. You may have heard people talking about updating software and patches. Most people know what software is. That's the program that runs the applications and programs you installed on your hardware, on your devices like your computer. Patches was a new term for me. A software patch is a quick repair job to resolve any issues the software may have, and it improves security and adds new features. So, in short, in my own words and in my opinion, the patch is the fix. So please do update your software and patches on all of your devices often. So protecting your devices also includes having strong passwords or passphrases. It used to be that 6 letters, 8 letters, symbols, and numbers was sufficient, but the hackers have updated their systems, have become more sophisticated, and so having more numbers is important. So I was at a presentation last week, and the presenter said that having 12 letters, including symbols and numbers, should now be the norm. So you're probably wondering, how would you remember all the passwords then? Well, the presenter also recommended that when people purchase their antivirus and malware packages, it should include login encryption and a password vault. Also, don't use the same password for your devices and social media that you use for banking and credit card. And do change your passwords often and use two-factor authentication. That's the only that's the one where they'll send you a number. Usually they want you to send you either, do you want it sent by text, or do you want it sent through email? And it's, like I say, it's usually a six numbers that they want you to have. So when you're setting up new accounts, always check yes if you have the option to choose the two-factor authentication. Again, I know it takes a few minutes or adds on, like some extra seconds, but I have to say the extra steps can be invaluable. It can save you your life savings. So do, when you get when you can, always register for the two-factor authentication option. Okay, other information. Did you know that having old apps, so apps that you don't use, are also a means for hackers to get into your devices? Actually, right now, I'd, I'd like to put out a challenge for all of you to delete at least 10 apps that you're not using before the end of this presentation. So as long as and as soon as you can, after the presentation, delete the remaining apps that are not in use. Again, I will say that this is a means for scammers and hackers to get onto your phone. Also, one other safety measure one should consider deleting is the file sharing networks. Now, I know some of you are saying, oh, I can't have file sharing networks. Well, when you're working from home, so this is your working, make sure your work computer is not on your family sharing network. So that's the sharing. You can use the Wi-Fi, but there's also an option where it says, do you want to share your devices with other? You want to share this with other devices, and so click no. So cyber criminals use file sharing networks to distribute illegal files and install viruses that to you look like legit downloads as you're getting the popular songs and movies that you like to get. Now, most homes like to use the file sharing network because families like to upload and download music, movies, games, documents, and other programs that are available across the global networks. If you are using it, do make sure that you turn it off after you are done. So do disable the file sharing networks to decrease your risk of being hacked. Okay, let's talk about ways to increase your online safety while working from home and using public Wi-Fi. So this would include things like, when you get your router and you set up the internet and you're connecting it to your Wi-Fi, change the default name and password that is on the router for the Wi-Fi that you're given with the equipment. And you may be given the equipment from your provider or you may have purchased it, but do change the default name. If you have the option to automate the installation of an update and patches for your router, do select this option. So I have to say, probably many of you have had Wi-Fi for a long time. And if to date you have not changed the name that you have and the default name and the password, do it as soon as you can. It doesn't take long. In fact, I would like to say make it a priority, but do it right away. It doesn't take long. There are some great YouTube videos that will show you how to change the default name and passwords. That's what I use. They use YouTube. They use YouTube for everything. That's what I use to change my Wi-Fi, the name on the router and my password. Also, set up a guest network for visitors so they can't have access to your personal data or your work data. Do not share your work computer with any family members. Even if they just want to use it for 1 second, they're running out the door, they just need to look up something quickly, they don't know where they're going, they need to know the directions. Be clear that you are not letting anybody use your work computer for any family anything members. Do not let family members or yourself do not use your USB ports for family personal stuff. Don't use your personal USB sticks on your work computer. And I have to sometimes, those scammers are smart. They're gonna leave a USB stick laying on in the parking lot, and then you may look at it and say, "Oh, I need one of those," and pick it up. And then they're going to follow you around because they want to know where you're going And that USB stick may have a virus in it. And so never use a virus that you have not purchased and that is not sealed. So do make sure that when you go into the stores, make sure that the package is sealed. Okay? Next on your list, protect your privacy and the privacy of others. Again, absolutely separate your work from your home. Do not use the same computer, laptop, and don't share USBs. Only install software from trusted sites. Make sure the website has the padlock that when you have on the address bar, make sure that the padlock is there and that the HTTP has an S on the end of it. So it should be HTTPS because the S stands for security. Although not 100% guaranteed, these signs do increase your safety. Do back up your files, both your businesses and your home and your personal files. Do that frequently to an external source and ensure that it is a secure source. Now, I'm sure you've heard many people talking about backing up their data to the cloud. That's usually the secure source. Do check out these sites and make sure it is one that you know is secure. I don't want to name brands, so ask people at work what secure sites they use if they haven't given you one to use. For your personal, ask family members, ask friends or your internet guru. And when you're having private and confidential conversations and meetings, do make sure you turn off your smart speakers. Again, I don't want to name names, some smart speakers. Yes, unfortunately, hackers can listen in on your conversations. Also, to increase your safety while working from home, I highly recommend you educate yourself and others on the many types of scams. The common scams are phishing and email scams. Those are the ones that want you to click on a link. With these scams, you'll be directed to a site where scammers will ask you for your personal information and or your banking or credit card information. There's also the phone and voicemail scam, where the scammer wants you to press a number to direct you to one of their well-trained scammers. They will leave you a voicemail indicating they need more information or money from you. Sometimes the calls will even be threatening. They want you to call them back. Don't press any numbers and don't call them back and don't click on anything. Fake websites and apps are also means scammers use. I must reiterate, do not click on any links in the emails, texts, or social media sites or anywhere. Always type the address yourself in the address bar. And when you do and you press enter and it comes up on the bar, when you look at the address, do make sure that there is a padlock and that an S is at the end of the HTTPS. Another common scam is the SIM swapping scam. So SIM, that's your SIM card, the subscriber identity module. That's the little chip that keeps all of your information in your smartphone. Scammers try and get as much personal information from you or about you as they can. Then they contact your cell phone provider or use the online chat to request a new SIM card in your name. Once they have the new SIM card, they will then have all of your services that are linked to your phone and they will have all of your personal identity information. If you keep your banking information on it, they'll have that, or your credit cards. If you keep them on that, they'll have all access to that. So, in summary, to decrease your risk of being hacked or scammed, protect your devices, secure your home Wi-Fi, protect your privacy and others people's privacy, educate yourself and others about common scams. Okay. Does anyone have any questions, comments, stories that they would like to share? If you're watching this after the live presentation, please do put them in the comments and I will answer them or comment on them. And please, everyone, feel free to comment on other people's responses as well. The more information, the more questions that people have, when they see it, the more people will learn. Okay. So remember at the beginning of today's live, I was talking about national days. Well, next Tuesday on May 31st, 2022, it is National Smile Day. So next week, I'm going to tell you about a scam, but the ending will make you smile. So until then, look out for one another, and I will see you, God willing, Tuesday, May 31st, 2022 at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time or 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for coming and watching and listening. And I look forward to seeing your comments throughout the week. Please do make the comments on the videos. And not just this one, we have other ones as well. And I look forward to seeing your comments throughout the week and seeing you next week. So thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody coming. Okay, bye.